Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Front Row Seats. Today I'm joined with special guest Will Smith. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How's lockdown treating you?
It's all right. Just getting on with it, really.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Still training?
Yeah, doing my own little bits and stuff that we've been given from the club, but just trying to stay positive and just keep doing what we're doing.
Fair enough, mate. So let's take it way back to start. So you were born in Leeds. What was it like playing football in Leeds then? Did you have any inspirations? Was you a Leeds fan or anything like that?
Growing up in Leeds, yeah. Well, from a young age, I've always played football really locally, in and around Leeds area. Definitely do support Leeds, so it's always been a good thing watching them when I can.
Yeah.
Just always had the love for the game, really. Just want to play football most of the days at school, after school, during school. Mostly, yeah. But a lot of it came from like my parents and my dad. Football might always drove me towards playing, and I think it's done me good, really.
Fair enough. And you say you're a Leeds fan. Was there any Leeds players that you looked up to when you or wanted to be like them when you're older?
Not really. Just the thought of probably playing for Leeds and being from Leeds, and your family being from Leeds, and like that's the sort of aspect I kind of look at. Not really any type of players, but just wanting to play for Leeds.
For the club, yeah, fair enough. Have you always played centre half since you're a young age, or?
I've played in a few positions, to be fair. When I was younger, when I was a bit quicker, used to play on the wing, but suddenly dropped back centre mid, then centre half, and then I've stayed at centre half.
Fair enough. Would you say centre half was your natural position then? Just took you a while to find it?
Yeah, definitely. My dad's always said that I've always been a centre half, and it took me a while to kind of get used to the thought of dropping back there. But when I got dropped back there and got used to it, then I've enjoyed it a lot more.
Fair enough, mate. And then 2015, you joined Barnsley on a scholarship. What was the feeling like when you signed for Barnsley?
Every boy's dream, really, coming away from school and just going straight into football.
Yeah.
Very, very excited. Different. When you look back at it, it's a lot different. And when you look at it now, if you get what I mean. But it was definitely one of the highs of my life when I was a young kid, anyway.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Fair enough. Obviously, you spent some time in the academy. How was your time during that academy like?
I loved it. Every single minute of it. It was a lot of highs, not many lows, a few lows, obviously, because it's not always going to be up there. But we had fun memories, good teammates, good staff members. It was just, when you come out of school and you go straight into that, something you love, then there's nothing better, I would say anyway, than doing something you enjoy.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously in 2015-2016 season, you won Academy Player of the Year. How did that feel to win that award?
Yeah, well, that was a good season for me, really, and wasn't actually expecting it, but it made me feel better about myself, made my confidence grow, so it only put me in good stead, really.
Fair enough, that's all good. And then obviously in December 2018, you joined Darlington on a 28-day loan right and it got extended to the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
How was your time in first experience in non-league? How was that for you?
One of the best experiences. For now, it set me up in good stead, but when I went, I was obviously a bit nervous, and because it's my first time in professional, well, not professional football, sorry, in like first team football.
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking, but once you got into it, it was just the best feeling ever, really. For me, getting that experience, learning your role, getting the trust of another manager as well, which was good. Yeah. It was, if I could give one piece of advice to anyone that is not really like, they're not going anywhere with under 23s football, but if they want to make themselves better, I would definitely go out on loan.
Yeah, and
getting that experience, it's just going to make you better.
I was going to actually ask you, what was the biggest difference between Academy under 23s to playing non-league football? What was the biggest difference for you?
For me, the biggest difference is Academy football. You could win, lose and draw and it's good, but when you lose it's in Academy football, it's not really going to alter what happens with you and the team, because there's no real, like, how do I put it, like, nothing can happen really. Like, I don't really think you can get relegated, and you're not going to be like told off that much, although you do sometimes get a hammering, but it's not like first team football where you go and it's results based and fans. The focus is on winning. It's not about how you play, and what you get out of the game. The focus is just on you get them 3 points, and that's all. That's all it is. The aspect of that was good because it makes you feel, it teaches you how to win, if you get what I mean. You're not just there just to get a draw. Sometimes you do have to get a draw and you might scrape a point and stuff like that, but it's the other aspect of the game, learning how to get a win. Whereas if you're playing in academy football, you're playing just to get better, if you get what I mean, like improving and stuff like that, where it's not a results-based business, whereas first team is.
100%. What would you say? Would you say that being so close to the fans, would you say that was like a biggest, not a shock, but a biggest like insight to non-league football for you? Because obviously in non-league you're so close to the fans, right? Like you said, in an academy, there's hardly any fans there, probably just parents.
Yeah, I think it drives you on a bit more as well.
Yeah,
like, it makes you want to win for them, which is good because you know that they obviously pay the hard-earned money to come watch, and if you win, you're repaying them, and if you lose, obviously you don't feel as good because you feel like you've let them down.
Yeah, fair enough, man. And then you came back to Barnsley, but in the season you did something that not a lot of young players do. You rejected a deal with Barnsley to move to Harrogate Town. What was the idea behind that?
Well, I kind of like when I summed up basically what I kind of liked about the academy and what I kind of liked about first team football, and I just felt like me sitting in an academy, not really doing anything, like not really playing for the first team. Made my debut once, but that was it. Apart from that, I wasn't really with them as much as I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had to make a decision saying that I want to get out and I want to go play first team football in a first team environment every day.
Yeah.
So it was a big risk, if you get what I mean, to say I don't want to be here anymore.
100%.
So I obviously weighed up and thought, what's my pros and cons of going here and there? And for me, it was the best move I've ever done.
Yeah.
Going and taking that risk and going and gaining the trust of other teammates, other managers, and getting myself out there. And well, it's proved to be the best decision that I've made.
I was gonna say you've made the most appearances for the team this season.
Yeah, I've missed one game through a red card, but apart from that, I've played the most games this season.
And how have you found your first year playing for you're a player for that team? How do you find your first year in National League?
At first, my first game, I thought this is going to be a tough season for me personally, coping with the physical side of it.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference of men's football. It's just more physical.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody wants to win. Right. But the start of the season, I kind of did struggle, if I'm honest. But I got better and better with each game and learned how I could actually get round the physical side of it, using my own attributes and stuff like that. So the more I got into it, the better I became of understanding this type of game, non-National League football.
Yeah.
But with every game, I just got better and better, and I absolutely love it now.
And how did it feel for a manager, like you said, a manager that was even when you were struggling to start, kept you in the team? How does that? What confidence does that give you?
Yeah, it just shows that he believes in me. That was the biggest thing. That he's not just because I might be struggling a little bit. He kind of knew that I will come out the other side of it.
Yeah.
And potentially help the team to get back to winning ways and stuff like that.
Fair enough. And I'm going to say you currently sit second in the league, obviously depending on what happens with this league. So it's been quite a successful season for you a lot so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, my first season in first team football, if you say, it has been probably one of the best seasons I've ever had.
Yeah, 100%. You're 4 points off first. Let's say the season comes back. What do you think your chances are of clinching first?
We've all said it in our team. We do believe that we can catch first.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of pressure on them there. They've been up there a while. Although they have done very well, we have to give it to them. Yeah. We do think we will catch them. They're going to slip up at some point, and I think we will be able to take top spot if it resumes. Well, obviously our season's now been cancelled, but they're trying to work out what goes on with playoffs and stuff like that. So
yeah, because obviously, and also Bury is a club that's folded as well, so it's all a bit muddled up with how many.
Yeah, it's all a bit up in the air at the moment, but hopefully the right decision gets made.
100%, mate. And let's say they do a playoff system. How does normally a playoff system work? Because obviously, you have first goes up automatically, and then 2 and 3 separate. And you have what happens there?
I'm not too sure. I think it's from 2nd to 7th. I think that they're the playoff teams.
Right.
And then obviously the 2 that get to the final go obviously play at Wembley, which was meant to be yesterday. The final was meant to be
it was
yesterday.
meant to be. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
So it's a bit mad at the moment, really.
Yeah.
I think it's from 2nd to 7th or something.
Every podcast. Sorry about that, mate. Carry on.
No, from 2nd to 7th, they have to obviously do the playoffs, and then whoever wins goes to Wembley, and whoever wins goes up.
Fair enough, man. And you got called up to the England C team. How did that feel?
Another very positive point for me, really. Just made my confidence grow even more.
Yeah.
Especially because you've caught the eye of another manager who's obviously been watching. And even just to say, like, England C, I know it's not the real England team, but it's an absolute pleasure and honour. And it just makes you proud, if you get what I mean. Just gives you confidence to go on even more and do other stuff and just get better and better every day.
Sounds like you had one hell of a year of football, doesn't it?
I wasn't not expecting it at all. I've set myself targets and stuff like that and what I wanted to do, and I never thought I'd exceed them.
Yeah, and how about early point? How did it feel to be like the player that's made the most appearances for your new club? How did that feel for you? Knowing the manager trusts you every game in and out.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that a manager looks for in a player is the trust, and can he trust you from a day-to-day basis, game to game, and having a manager's trust is probably the biggest thing for a player because you know that he's always going to back you.
Yeah.
If you have a bad game one game, he's not going to throw you out the next because he knows what you can still do. Because obviously everyone has a bad game sometimes.
Of course.
And you only expect a few players to have a few bad games a season, but the rest are always on it. Right. So having that trust in a manager and trust obviously for the player, it creates like an atmosphere for everybody because he knows who we can trust and he knows who we can bring on and he can trust and stuff like that. But it just makes the whole atmosphere of the team even better.
Yeah. And I was speaking to some non-league fans actually on another podcast previously, and they were talking about in non-league there's a big turnover of players all the time. Have you found that in your club? Has there been a big turnover in players constantly coming in and out of the club, or not so much?
Not really. We've got quite a small squad, small, steady, good squad where we use a lot of our players. Like we do rotate. Well, not rotate, sorry, but we know who we can put in if someone does get injured.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But we've always had a small squad, so we've had a few loanees and a few people go out who are not playing who want to get some more game time.
Yeah.
But there is, I would say, like there is a big turnover maybe for other clubs in the league that maybe need players or who are struggling or need that bit of more quality to get them where they need to be. But we've been steady overall.
I know, and I bet that's good for team success as well. Like they were saying, like with their team, their York City fans, and their team, there was so much turnover. You can't build that team chemistry. Well, obviously you lot having quite a small has helped you good for this season.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing that the manager looked at. He didn't want a big squad because then if you have a big squad, you've got to keep everybody happy, and it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's too hard. Whereas if you have a small squad, it's easier to keep everyone together, and you have that team chemistry a lot.
Yeah,
this makes it easier makes it more. It's like a winning strategy, if you get what I mean. Like, it's always going to work. Yeah, especially if all the players get on and they all know each other. We all know his roles and his jobs in the team. We all help each other every day. So
100%, man, 100%. And like, obviously, a great year of football. Is there any game particular that was your favourite game, or maybe a favourite moment or something? I know you got a goal, didn't you, this season? I'm right in saying you got a goal.
Second game of the season, scored 2 in one game. That was probably one of the highest.
Yeah.
After that game, that was my second game of the season, and then after that, that kind of gave me a bit of a kick and say, look, I can do it in this league, and I am going to be good.
Yeah, of course.
So that was a good one. We've had a few good games. The FA Trophy games have been good. The Portsmouth game that was good. The FA Cup game, that was a good game to play. Just unlucky that we've not been able to reach the final of the FAVs because of what's gone on, and I genuinely thought we'd have got there as well.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, isn't it? Like, it would have been nice for you to have played at Wembley.
Yeah, if it went to the playoffs and we had to go and play at Wembley. Wembley twice would have been a dream this year.
That would have been very nice. Would have not bad year. That would have been the perfect ending to the year.
We'd have rather have automatic like that.
Of course, yeah.
If we had to go play at Wembley and win, then which I thought we would have done because we've been on fire this season.
That would have been a good. Yeah, definitely, man. So, last question: what would you like? Is your plan for the next 5 years in football? Not a plan, but what would you like to happen?
It's hard to say really because you never know what's going to happen because next season could be different to this season. So
100%.
if you were looking in hindsight, I would probably say I do want to stay at this club and I want to get better and better because the more games I play, the more confidence I get and the better I get really.
Yeah.
In the next maybe 2 or 3 years, I might maybe want to try and build and maybe go somewhere bigger if that's an opportunity to do that because I only want to get better. I want to reach the top level that I can. But at the moment, I am absolutely loving my time at Harrogate Town.
Yeah, definitely.
It's probably it's been the most enjoyable club that I've been at by far.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on, mate. It's been a great interview to get another in-depth of. We love listening to non-league stories. It's been thank you again, man.
No worries, mate. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, guys, make sure if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe. Thank you for watching.